guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a quick review of Firefighter Wildlands, a new Magic Pixel release for the Atgames 4KP and HD. This came out on August 7th. It is one of the newest, and it is considered what's called a Atgames Original. It is one of the first. We've been announced 6 different Atgames Originals this year. So this is the first. This has some really cool effects going on, and I think you guys will really like it. So let's get into the review and see what you guys think. As you can see, Atgames Original branded right off the top, which is really cool. And first off, these tables are all 4K 60 from Magic Pixel. I think they do a fantastic job with really the theming, and really in this one is really nice. As of course, if you look on the DMD, beautifully animated DMD graphics, as you can see over here. The back glass up here, a static image, but it's kind of nice. It's got a little bit of a glowing light to it that kind of goes across from left to right. Firefighter Wildlands is a wonderful theme. First responders is something I think we can all get behind. Really awesome theming there. I'm wondering if this is part of a series of first responders, and that's why they did that. I hope that's the case. If that's true, we'll look forward to some really good games looking forward. First off, let's take a look at the table. This table, as I said, is 4K 60. It is very crystal clear. A little bit of not even jags. They're not jaggies at all. They're just kind of things that are a little bit squared off when you go through these railings and things like that. The metalwork is all really well done, but it's not like the VR on Zachariah where it looks very metal. This looks very it looks more cartoony than anything, but it is very clear. They did do some very nice animations for this character here, for the firefighter. He'll be chopping wood and things like that going on up there. You have a fire truck over here. You have what's called the Firehawk helicopter over here, which will play a part in the gameplay as well. Just a beautiful imagery across the board. I love the imagery of the characters and the elk. The sound effects are all really good in this game. I'll let you make sure to hear all that. You'll actually hear animals running from the forest. I think you can kind of hear like birds and all kinds of ambient sounds that just sound really amazing. So we'll get into it and see what you guys think.
We're live at the scene where brave men and women are putting their lives on the line to protect homes and lives.
A rare skill shot in a Magic Pixel table is available. Center post makes its triumphant return. This is always here. It is a little bit smallish on this particular table, however, so it seems a little deeper and a little smaller than it typically is, but it is what it is. You can get into Multiball incredibly easy on this one. You just shoot it into the capture hole over here, and you get to start locking balls for Multiball.
Ball 1 is locked.
You start to hear the helicopter rev up.
Ball 2 is locked.
Oh no.
Ball rescue. Back in action.
Forward nudge is not very effective, as you can see there. Oh boy. Just missed the skill shot there. You can acquire extra balls in this one, which is nice.
Ball rescue. Mission continues.
Jeez, you'll see this a lot in this particular game. You really have to be nudging and helping it to the center post, or to get it to your flippers quite a bit. go. Firehawk Multiball. Now you could choose to hit the flippers immediately and have it drop all 3 balls, or you can wait and it'll kick it out one at a time. So it's actually a little bit strategic in that way, depending on how you want to do it. I prefer to wait so I have a little bit more control over where the balls are going. Pretty easy to get ball saves and kickbacks in this one, which actually aids really well in helping for high scores. See, it's pretty easy to keep a ball going in multi-ball. This is kind of a multi-ball player's dream. Lots of modes, lots of things to do. Okay. One hell of a multi-ball right there, huh, guys? So, that was 433 million points worth of multi-ball, basically. I basically did nothing on my first 2 balls, and you kind of got an idea of what this table is all about. It is really multi-ball centric. There is a lot of modes here available. Not a lot of them will get you a lot of points. They can be 5 or 10 million here or there. It's the typical Magic Pixel type of scoring, where you're going to get, you do 5 loops, for example. There's actually a loop assist here, which you can see glowing, which is actually very helpful. It's a magnet in the upper right-hand corner. You will hear that magnet over here, though. They've actually got it in the wrong location as far as sound, so it's a little off-putting. You could hear the sound effects kit is really kicking pretty good. Their bumpers are always very loud and things like that you'll hear very, very well. This table does a really nice job. What I would like to do is to get into one of the modes and show you a little bit of the special effects as well. So we'll start that, even if it sacrifices my better score here. I don't lose the ball first. Oh, come on now. Luckily I had a ball save.
Stay on target.
Love the callouts. The callouts are really good in this. You hear he's kind of talking through a microphone. It just sounds really, really good. Ignore my bad gameplay there, but we'll get into a mode here next. But look at that score. I mean, it absolutely went gangbusters in the multi-ball mode. So this is a multi-ball player's dream. Some of the scores on this are already over 1 billion. I expect them to be in the 3 or 4 billions probably by the end of the week, as of a week of this release. People are going to absolutely fall in love with this table. It is $8 on the 4KP, $6 on the HD systems, including the micro, which I think it is an absolute must-buy. If I was to rate this table, however, I'm going to give it about an 8.5, and I'll show that here in a minute.
We interrupt your
why I
program
can justify
with
that.
breaking news. A major wildfire is now threatening several communities in the region.
Alright, here we're going to start a mode. Hopefully you can hear those call-outs. They're done with kind of a microphone and there you go. So there's the special effect that I wanted to show. During modes, you'll be using a fireball, which is actually reminiscent of the Space Invaders of Taito collection that we had from a few years ago. Looks very cool. The dynamic lighting is fantastic on it. Luckily, I was able to get the ball save too while we're doing this. Fire line is one of the more difficult modes, however, so we'll see if I can actually complete it. None of the modes are crazy difficult, I won't say that, but any shots up the middle can be more difficult for keeping the ball alive. Magic Pixel physics are in play, so it can be a little bouncy. It can be, you may have to nudge here and there to get everything acquired and keep it going.
2.5 million.
Yeah, and that is the end of the mode. So you get a lot of these things where you just you feel like you really can't do much to save that ball. It's like I can nudge the heck out of it, but it just doesn't get what you need to do. So. I like that the announcer is really cool in this as well. Not only do they have the person actually announcing the pinball stuff is very reminiscent, and I believe he's actually the same person who does Nature's Fury and Killer Instinct for that matter. High energy. Easy combos. Obviously, you could just do this for ages too. I mean, but multi-ball is really where it's at, folks. Capturing the ball, as you can see, is quite dangerous on this one. But dead flipping, no problem.
Heroes chance, 2 million. Bonus times 4.
Start another mode. Basically, there's 5 main modes, 3 kind of different types of multi-ball modes, and some stuff that you just kind of do as a side mode kind of a thing. Had to fight that one off. Tilted that one right out. Okay, so let's stop there. What is my justification for this? So I gave this one an 8.5. Why did I do that? The reason I do that is because I feel like this table had a little bit of concessions made for it for the HD. You'll notice during the multi-ball, the balls were not on fire. I think that has to do with maybe the ability of the HD to be able to handle that. So it's a little bit disappointing for the 4K users. I think that probably the 4K probably could have handled that graphical change, but I think the dynamic lighting associated with all the balls on the table would have been very difficult to do for the HD and micro. That alone is not enough to rate it downward, though. The only thing that I don't really like about this is there's not a very complex rule set. It's a very simplistic rule set to it. I like that the table is very wide open and you can really, there's a lot of play available as well. The special effects being the fireball is nice, but it doesn't really take complete, I feel like they didn't go into that enough. Maybe add some fire along the outside of the playfield or something like that would have added a little bit more to it. I will say that the one thing that this table lacks that I really would have given it a little extra for is a more complicated rule set, as I said, akin to something like Sea of Thieves, or if they went more special effects rather, and went more towards Nature's Fury, which I think this table is most like. It's very similar to Nature's Fury. That table I showered with praise, even though it had quite a few bugs in it. This one has not seen any bugs that I've seen yet, playing it for 3-4 days. This, I guess, would be the third full day I've played it. I haven't seen any bugs or any hiccups or anything like that that have caused any issues for it. So that's been nice. No crashes to the main menu, nothing like that. But yeah, this one it lacks the special effects of the tornadoes and the earthquakes and lightning bolts and the kraken coming out of the table. Dinosaur Dynasty 2 had a dinosaur that came up out of the playfield from under the water. This one has the helicopter that comes out and drops the balls, which is a really cool feature, and you got the flaming ball there. But I think an 8.5 is pretty good. I don't know that I can give it quite a 9. There's just the modes. They really need to add more in-depth skill sets to these things, or rule sets. That's the one thing that I'm really lacking at this point. Sea of Thieves showed that they can do a lot more with their rule sets to add variety and complexity, and I would like to see more of that for a lot more of their tables. But this is a very good start. It's definitely one of the top 5 tables on the HD or 4K as far as Magic Pixel tables go. Right there with Nature's Fury, Sea of Thieves, and some of the very, very best tables. So, absolutely worth your money. I think this is an absolute must purchase, really, for the 4K or the HD, honestly. And for the price point, $8 on the 4KP, $6 on the HD and Micro. Absolutely worth it. I would have shown HD video for this review, but my HD will not allow scores to be uploaded currently, so I'm going to forego that for the time being. And just let you know that it does perform well based on some videos that I've seen from other people that have done reviews on it. And I think we've all come to the consensus it's a pretty darn good table. So